Are there going to be cool special effects for that?
We are being hailed. Enzo is requesting that his ship docks with ours so that we are allowed to say goodbye to Benny and also to give Pam a chance to grieve over her husband.
I think we do owe it to Pam, though I really don't want to see Enzo's face right now.
Yeah, just shoot Enzo in his stupid face. It'll be fine.
I would like to remind everyone we do have a number of enemies, though I am also leaning towards the destruction of that ship and Enzo for what he did to Benny. Can we afford yet another enemy? I would also like to point out that I have another ship that is stuck on the front of me. I don't have feelings like you do, but if I had to describe it, I would say I am uncomfortable.
Since you're so uncomfortable, I don't know, how do you put a spaceship in reverse? Beep, beep. Back it up.
Just put your arm over the backrest.
Backup cam?
Backup cam. It's got an alert sensor, right? Or like a backup cam so I don't run into another ship, right? Right?
Your view screen can view all areas. You can put it to the front, the back, the side, top, bottom, and you can even have a multi-panel view so you can see all the way around it.
Great.
I don't know why you even ask. The view screen didn't help you not hit the thing in front of us.
You know what? Do you want to know what happened to those dice I rolled nat ones with, Aaron? I'll put them in your drawer.
It's okay. I wasn't here last time, and so when I was informed that there was a space battle and we crashed into things, my brain just went into a shot of out in space, totally silent, just as you watch the silent crash. And then it panned to an inside view, and you can just hear the metal scraping on metal and the screaming. And then it pans back out to the outside of space because there's no sound in space. And my brain just did that for a few minutes.
I love that. I love that so much.
Vicky, you actually bring logic to the table. Please let Enzo know that we will allow that.
Allow. I don't really think we're in a position to deny.
In the process of that, I want to use one of my mechanic trick feat thingies. I can't remember exactly what it's called, but it's called Miracle Worker. I get to restore whole points equal to the base frame of Vicky to Vicky once per day.
The heck does that mean?
I don't know. I'm going to make her better.
I mean, okay.
I imagine that takes time. That's not an instant thing that you just kind of will it into existence. So you can start working on that. You're attempting to back Vicky off the other ship.
We'll do that first.
You find that the ship comes with you.
Vicky, are you magnetic or something right now? Like, what is happening?
Unfortunately, the velocity at which it struck us superheated their outer hull, and it fused their ship to our new armor plating.
Great!
That's glorious.
So, Vicky, how do you suggest removing said ship?
I'm not exactly sure without a spacewalk or doing further damage. Right now, their systems are registering as critical. They were not as durable as I. They are totaled.
So, Tyrone's going to start putting on his tie bar armor to go out and take a look at it.
Can we just shoot them off the front of our ship?
No, they're
Do we
like
care about the people
they're
inside?
melted on. Basically, they're fused.
It's going to take welding and...
No, I get that. But we can just kind of shoot at the bulk of it, and then we only have this much of their ship instead of this much of their ship.
We don't want a ship exploding in our faces.
I mean, that's fair.
Yeah, Enzo's ship is starting to make its approach.
I am detecting several drow craft off in the distance. They are not exactly approaching, but they seem to be gathering.
Great. This is great news. Everything's just freaking great today. Ash is having a tantrum. Oh no. Did I sneeze again?
No, your sneezes
I know my sneeze was
like
missiles, but...
I was like, your sneezes sound like gunfire, not alarms.
Unfortunately, their reactor is starting to approach critical. Radiation levels are starting to become toxic in the bridge. I suggest you move further back into the ship and close the blast doors.
Well, that doesn't sound good.
I can route navigational controls to one of the terminals inside the cargo bay.
Okay. Yeah, let's do that, but we should get that off of the front. And
Will you also alert Enzo's ship of what's happening?
So Vidrion stumbles out of the med bay, but he's okay now. He's not damaged, but he stumbles out of the med bay. Vicky, 2 questions. 1, why is there a drow ship attached to the front of our ship? And 2, why is there another ship docking with us? What is going on? This is madness! The Renner anxiety is kicking in.
We have a ship attached to us because we crashed into it.
Oh, lovely.
The ship is going to dock with us because they want to give us the body of Benny, who they executed live on the vid screen.
What? Benny's dead?
Apparently so.
After all of this?
We have considered murdering everyone on that ship, and to tell you the truth, it's still not off the table.
I just take out my pistol and twirl it. You tell me where the bastard is. Let's go take care of it now.
No need. The bastard is coming aboard.
Ah, even better. All right, I'm going to go put on my equipment and I'll meet the rest of the crew in the docking bay.
Understood.
Ash is going to go. She doesn't want to deal with Enzo and losing Benny and another. Nope, she can't do it. So she's going to focus on getting our new ship growth that's attached to the front of us off. So she goes to go get a spacesuit. She's still all covered in blood from hitting the screen, and yeah, she's all bloodied up.
The drow are hailing us. Their main comm system is down, but they're hailing us with portable comm units. They're saying that their life support system is failing, and they're requesting assistance from us. They would like us to take them aboard.
Wasn't this the ship that was pursuing us?
I feel like that's a really big decision for Ash to make.
Well, Tyrone will get on the comm and be like, Dad would always say that an enemy that can't fight back isn't worth fighting at all. And if they're not going to fight back, I think we help them.
Tell them to leave all dangerous anythings aboard their ship and just bring them, and then they can come.
What does our captain say?
Maybe?
I seem to be troubled. I'm letting the murderer of one of my friends dock with us to give us his body. The people who just tried to kill us and have damaged me, we're going to attempt to save. I personally would like to kill somebody.
Me too, Vicky. Me too.
Tyrone will get on with Joy. Captain, if it's okay with you, I'm going to go start figuring out a way to shuttle these people over.
Yes, let's try to save them, and we'll see if we can pawn them off on Enzo.
We're going to put them in the brig.
I would advise against that. I think all effort should be to dislodge ourselves from the ship. The ship is unstable. The people themselves do have spacesuits. They could literally walk to an airlock door where I could let them in. We need not arrange special transportation for them.
Even better.
So maybe we send... Hey, Goblina, you still got your pamphlets?
She kind of looks up from the corner where she's been sitting and looks at you like she can't quite remember who you are. Says, I burned them all.
I just need someone to welcome these drow aboard our ship. However you feel like welcoming them is fine with me. Don't kill them all first. At least save one alive so we can get some information out of them.
Alive and unconscious are 2 different things, though.
This is true.
Tyrone, please try to extricate us from the other ship as soon as possible. I believe Goblina has lost it from grief.
I'm working on it.
Yes, I suggest you work on it faster.
And then you're going outside as well?
Yeah, I'll help him fix. That's, I guess, when I'll use my miracle worker thing to help restore some of the hull points.
So you can go out there, and you see them. They have plasma cutters, and they're cutting off sections of the ship, not in a neat fashion or anything like that. They're just trying to cut through support beams and things like that that's weld to it. So you're going to have a bunch of jagged things sticking off the front of the ship. What are you intending to do?
I'm going to go down there to the seam where they're cutting, and Goblina's going to go, and she's gonna wedge the foot of the suit into the seam and try to pry it there and give a little help. See if we can kick this thing free.
Mistress, I've patched into the AI of the other ship. A self-destruct has been initiated. They do not intend to come aboard for a rescue mission. I think they intend to take us with them.
Great. This is just great. This is all freaking great. Okay.
Vicky, is there any way to override their system if you're patched in?
I am patched and I am attempting. I suggest you make an attempt as well.
That's what I was going to suggest.
She's got her hacking tool.
I love that. Everything about that makes my heart happy.
Wait, you need to turn it and show it on your camera so everybody can see online.
That is so cool,
That is
Gary.
the best fidget toy ever.
That is awesome.
Yeah, that's her Hack Master 3000 there.
And I got a 36.
And you were able to halt the countdown at 6 seconds. The drow are attempting to override you. If they do manage to override you, you only have 6 seconds remaining.
That's a combat turn. You're going to be fine.
Well, I don't know if it matters. To get the ship detached, I rolled a 31. What did you get?
I don't know what it was an engineering.
Yeah, just like an engineering.
I got an 18.
Okay, because you're just trying to know where to cut, like the main structural support beams. You want those cut, so because the plating will rip away more easily.
Goblina goes over the comm and says, Captain, permission to spread the good word of justice to our enemies.
Spread away.
Goblina's going to disengage the maglocks, jump over to the view screen shield of the enemy ship, since she knows they're in there trying to override the thing, and she's going to fire at the view screen until it vents into space.
Yes!
Beautiful.
So you fire away, and now the glass, if you'd call it, which is a transparent type of steel. Yes, it's like transparent aluminum or transparent steel, whatever.
Transparent steel.
No, that's if you look in like the Star Trek universe.
Yeah.
I think they actually call it like transparent steel. But anyways, we're not using that, so we can't get sued.
We didn't say that.
Referring to that as a Star Trek
Semi-transparent steel.
Oh my god.
So
Clear metal.
So you're shooting this clear metal, and so it just doesn't initially shatter like glass, but with enough damage to it and the internal pressure, eventually it blows out, and then the people inside end up floating out into space. So now they're floating. Their armor does have a temporary shield that seems to be shielding them, so they didn't initially die. But they don't
Goblina's
have
going to
things
shoot them as they float.
You can do that because they have no maneuvering thrusters or
We
anything
woke
like
up
that.
and chose violence, guys.
I want to help her.
No, you need to help me. Besides, it's not
Ash
their fault. Our
considers.
ships are stuck together.
You know what?
So Goblina activates her Tempest Shock Caster, and she says, "This won't kill you, but it's not going to tickle either." She fires, and a lightning bolt hits the guy and does 108 damage.
Holy.
I'm pretty sure that does more than a tickle. That's at least going to disrupt his field that's protecting him from the atmosphere. And so even if it didn't kill him, it killed him. You're going to roll against my guy's hacker check. I'm going to say he has a +8.
Huzzah!
Yeah.
I'm not even rolling.
Well,
Did you roll a nat one?
Oh,
Yeah.
I got this re-roll token.
Oh, yeah.
that,
No.
Colton gave me last game. I earned
Nope.
That
I have
is
nothing to
for
do with
Maisie.
Starfinder.
That's Maisie's. You leave Maisie out of this.
You can't cross game reroll.
This is Bleeding Edge, not Bleeding Edge Adventures of Salago.
Fine. The bleeding of Salago.
Oh my god.
No, so you're starting to get most of the main stringers of this ship, the main supporting beams cut. Sort of back off and jerk yourself free at this point.
Do it.
So Tyrone will be like, hey, Auntie Ash, why don't you go back and try to back Vicky off? I'll keep cutting.
Okay, but stop looking like Tybar. That'd be great. Thanks.
Warning, such a maneuver could be violent enough that it would disengage your maglev boots and you would probably be thrown from the ship. She's going to have to be rather violent with her maneuvers.
I got a jetpack.
You really want to test that theory?
If you guys wish to remain outside, that's fine. I was just saying.
Tyrone, let's not be stupid. Come on.
Oh, but it sounded like fun.
No.
Everyone back into the ship, please. Captain's order.
Okay, Captain.
Goblina lets out a long sigh. Roger.
Vidrion heard all of this on the comms, and so he's at the window, literally going,
Tyrone's just gonna go.
So I have good news. I didn't roll a nat 1 for my piloting check, everybody.
Did you roll a 2?
No, I rolled a lot better than that. I got a 38.
Okay, so that did not sound like you succeeded. So maybe next time have a more upbeat attitude when saying, hey guys, I won.
Oh, dear.
Guys, I got a 32. We're going to make it. It's fine.
Oh, it was a 38. Thank you.
Oh,
8.
sorry.
You gave her 6 points less. How dare you?
Rude.
Oh my-
So rude.
Because, 6 points is going to do so much in this scenario.
You hear the sound of the engines come on full astern, I believe. When it's reverse, you're full astern.
Don't ask me. I don't know.
Anyways,
Google it.
we'll Google it another time. So it's full reverse, and the ship starts to come with you. So you have to wiggle and twist, and there's all kinds of ripping and cracking sounds as chunks of their ship start to come off, and then a few more of their crew now are being vented into space from the additional damage that you're doing to the hull. And Vicky says,
I'm detecting that they're arming their ordnance. They have no ability to fire it. I believe they're going to try to use it as a self-destruct mechanism. We have to get as much distance away as we possibly can.
Ash, do a Jane Austen, please, and get out of here.
Okay. The wiggle maneuver is called the wiggle dance, too, just so you know.
So now roll me another piloting check. In order to avoid it, you're going to have to beat a 30 to avoid all damage.
So are we going to inform Enzo and the other drows that this thing is about to explode?
Joy actually already told Vicky to do that before we...
Okay. I was like, are we just gonna kind of say see ya and just let the exploding ship take out all our problems?
As soon as the overpower thing, Joy asked Vicky to inform Enzo of what was going on.
Okay. I was having her roll.
It's all good. 37.
Everyone inside is shaken. The ship, gets tossed around, and you have you're trying to control it. It's from the blast wave that comes off of it. It's more like surfing than flying a ship. And so you're able to do it, and eventually you come to a halt. And it was kind of odd because the controls you're using aren't designed to fly the ship. You don't
Right.
have all the same controls. You still manage to pull it off. Their ship has now detached, and it has exploded.
are there going to be cool special effects for that?
There should be cool special effects for that. Or very high budget special effects.
Oop.
It's so clean.
You guys saw nothing, or your characters are dead.
Invisiglass.
Okay, but why is my heart palpitating?
Because nothing happened.
Because nothing happened.
That
and I
was
saw
the
nothing.
sound. It was just the sounds of
Of the ship
the
exploding.
ship
Yeah,
explosion.
that's what ships exploding
sounds
sound
like
like.
clanging metal, door, glass.
Enzo comes through the airlock, and he has a security detail with him. He asks to speak to the captain, and also who else is going to be in the cargo bay.
I'm already there, so I'll be there.
Adrian's there.
Am I there?
You were operating the ship from the cargo bay, but you don't have to stay there.
That's right, I was.
I thought Vicky probably would have evacuated all us to the cargo bay because of the radiation.
Yeah.
Yes, nobody's, in the bridge at the moment because of the radiation from the other ship.
This bubblegum is totally fixing that right now. Totally is.
My look of disappointment is not at Gary. This is just Fidjon being upset at Enzo.
You're all upset at Enzo, and I'm like, I got a freaking target on my back. It's fine. It's fine.
We need a ship counselor.
Our ship's counselor needs a counselor.
I'd like to position Goblina in the center of the bay, pointed towards the door that our guests are using, with a readied action to open fire if they tick her off.
So the door opens, all these people come in. He has somebody that's standing in front of him and these other guards. He doesn't appear to be armed. And he says, I wish to speak to your captain. Then I also would like to talk to Pam and prepare her.
Joy comes forward and says, what would you like to say?
You all have to understand, my hand was forced. I try to use all my clout in my family to try to save my nephew. The most I could do was get him a quick death rather than to be tortured for whoever knows how long he would have lasted. But there's a little bit more to the story. We have this thing that our family calls Project Lazarus, where we clone the bodies of the important family members in case they ever need an organ, a heart, or anything like that. There's a perfect organ donor, and also so we can extend our lifespan, so the brain can be put into from one body to another. I've had to... I did a deal with the devil. Where is Pam, by the way? And she look, you look around, and Pam's just in the corner. Her helmet's off, but none of you guys are feeling the effects. And she is pale white, and that vibrantness, that lust for life, the color in her cheeks, she looks as if she was dead. I mean, she's not. Her chest is moving up and down, but she's not screaming, she's not crying. She's just turned off. He goes, Benny's body is dead. I removed his brain, and I'm having it installed in his clone body now. I used a weapon that destroyed what would be the brain cavity, so when they get back the body, it was Benny's old body, because they can tell whether it's a clone or not. Benny is alive, and he's going to recover. He's going to have maybe a body that has a few less miles on it. But, like I said, I had to do a deal with the devil in order to make this happen. Pam starts to look like she's coming to. Benny's not dead? No, Pam, I'm sorry. I didn't want you to see that. I didn't want you guys to come chasing after. It wasn't supposed to happen here. It was going to be this whole thing, but I talked him into just being able to do it and have everyone view it on the screen, so I could at least not kill his widow as well. And family's important to us, so I end up doing it here. But I didn't expect to televise it to everyone who cares about him. It wasn't part of the plan. I wasn't trying to be cruel. But in order to pull this off, like I said, I had to be able to get the body. I had to be able to fake a bunch of different things. So like I said, someone reached out to me. And just then you have the Drow Lilith. And she goes, hey everybody, you miss me?
No.
You killed one of mine.
I killed several of yours.
No, you didn't kill several of mine. Drow people, but whatever. I'm trying to do that too. I mean, you killed somebody that's within within my network. Makes it sound like a doctor, doesn't it? Yeah, no. But anyways, here's the plan, right? That drow ship, they tried to, kill you. And if you scan, there's a bunch of drow ships all ready to come down, hard on this ship here. But don't worry, your Aunt Lilith has got you covered. Once again, I'm gonna save you, despite you going to the Absalon station when I told you not to. The one place I told you not to, and that's exactly where you went. All right. So here's what's gonna happen. A ship is approaching. I purchased another class of ship that's like this one, right? And they know that you had some modifications done to it back at Bubblegums. So I've armed it to the teeth. Enzo here is going to... I guess he needs to hitch a ride with you. So you and Benny, you just fly away, and my ship and Enzo's ship is going to fight the drow that are coming. They will think that you're dead, and that will stop the drow from immediately hunting you. I need your beacon, your identification beacon that you just had recently installed, and I'm going to put that on the other ship. And I would like as many personal items as you could afford to lose. We're going to put that over there. So I'm just going to have you go over there and put your DNA all over everything that you can. Fingerprints, touch it, lick it, use the restroom, do everything you can, and we want to make this look legitimate. And then Enzo goes, yeah, she, see, I'm gonna make a call that the drow aren't staying away, right? For the sake of Benny's freedom and for mine, because I want out. After this, my family, told me to kill my own nephew, otherwise it was my life. Now I'm done. I'm done with them, right? I want a new life too. So guess what? We're all dying today.
To die would be an awfully big adventure.
Well, we're not dying in that sense, sweetheart. Right? But, so we have a limited amount of time, and another ship starts to come and dock on the other side. It's a transport class ship of the same type that you're in now, but it doesn't have all the structural improvements, the enhanced system, because it's not the exact same ship, because the Invictus is a one of a kind. It's just, it was modeled after a standard style ship. That was a stout design. Are you guys willing to do what she says? I don't see any other option. Like, yeah, okay, you can shoot me if you want, but I'm giving Benny back. I'm asking for what's the word? Asylum.
Enzo, you've redeemed yourself in our eyes because you're giving us Benny back. So of course we'll transport you. Lilith, is there another name I can call you? Because I've met the real Lilith, and you don't deserve to have her name.
She's in here. She is a basket case. Even if I wasn't controlling this body, she would have killed herself. You don't even know what I am or what I do. You think I'm some malicious force. I'm out for power, money. Do you have any idea what I am or what I do? Yeah, come on, take a guess. Any of you.
So Ash has a remote hack option, so I can make a check at a range. I want to see if I can hack in and figure out, like, I don't know, because we know that she's part of the unseen and she's got some kind of device in her brain. I want to see if I can hack into it and kind of see what's going on in there.
Kind of like the Borg with the shields adapting. Anything to do, if you're trying to take control, it's going to be hard to do it for long, because they're just going to adapt and rotate codes and frequencies and things like that.
Yeah.
But so are you trying to take control, or are you trying to monitor the feed?
I feel like you'd have a little bit more success monitoring.
Yeah, I just want to see if I can get like names of other people, or like what is going on. I don't know.
If there's other voices in the head.
Yeah, other voices in the head, any sort of other information. For her to, so in order for me to do it without her knowing, you have to make a perception check to see if you know, with a DC of 17.
I made it.
Dang it. Boo. Okay, well then. I still want to roll and try and do it, even though she would know, depending on, like, I don't know how you do that, but I'm going to roll.
Okay, so yeah, roll your little hacking
I feel like
check.
it would be disadvantage. A disadvantage roll.
Well, she just knows I'm doing it. So I don't know if she wants
She
to roll.
detected the attempt.
Yeah, so she detects the attempt. I rolled a natural 20, so a success. But it's a 38.
What happens is you get this really large stream of information that seems to be coming in from every direction. So there's not a centralized source that the data is coming into her head, and there's a stream of information. I mean, we deal in like some of our higher end things in like terabytes, and then there's like hexabytes.
Yeah.
And well, anyways, you go a couple up those information is going back and forth. The data that you have, your device can't record more than a couple of seconds worth, and then it's full, and it would take Vicky a while to decipher all the information.
Well, I still feel like a few seconds worth of anything we can get is more than nothing, you know. So I'll get what information I can. I'll use my mind link, which is a bigger range now, to tell Joy to do the same thing. Can you do a remote hack? Or is that, can you do a remote hack? You're a mechanic. Oh, this is just a me thing. Quick, Joy, give me your computer. Okay, so can I get more information now that I have?
Yeah, we'll make another roll, but yeah.
Oh, okay. I rolled so good on the first one. The next one's going to be so bad. No, Holly, you are my favorite dice. That was a 22. I'm not kidding. Like,
you
look.
can't roll a 22.
No, I rolled a 20.
Also.
A 20 also.
I rolled 20 again. Like,
How
I never
stupid do you think I am?
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, I rolled a 20 again for a second time for 38 to get more information on Joy's device.
Yeah, you just can't just.
Okay,
You have to like.
I gotta go
to
beep
play
bop
with
boop
it.
it. Okay.
Yeah.
Beep boop boop beep boop. I want to make all the lights turn on. Yeah.
The silver switch. There you go.
You can do that, and Lilith goes, what exactly are you after?
Out of game real quick. Remember our whole conversation in our little feed that we said we should probably roleplay? Do you remember any of the questions we came up with?
I can look them up.
That's right.
No, I don't.
Okay, so Joey's just going to ask, are you coming with us in this whole, like, blowing up that thing up and you'll be on the ship for a while?
Well, listen, I kind of want you to give me a lift someplace in particular, because listen, I saved your friend's life. I'm giving you guys back your freedom and your lives back. They're going to think you're dead. I'll give you new identities, all that. I'm going to help you. And I just want a lift, one just particular place that, you know, just that the ship could go, then no one else can.
One place that's probably extra super dangerous, where you want something out of one of our brains or something.
You want to go to the void with our drift, not our drift, our
Just
blink drive,
one
don't you?
thing.
Not the void itself. There's something in the void, or the null space that I want.
The last time we attempted that, things changed, and not for the better.
Oh, things are always changing. Listen. It's a really simple thing. You don't even have to bring me out of the void. Do you remember the ship that you encountered when you were in the void?
Yes.
And what was it there doing?
It was full of ghost things.
Ghosty monsters.
It was full of those spectral assassins, right? Yeah, okay, yeah, that's fine. But and that's one of the things it was testing there. But it was, if you remember it, I'll refresh you guys' memory. It was there doing combat maneuvers, testing out various different weapons systems, right? That it didn't want any prying eyes to see or anything like that. But if you went down a little bit further, it was doing these combat maneuvers with its sister ship. a state-of-the-art battle cruiser.
Lilith, what's your end game?
My end game? Without even lying, I have too many end games that I could possibly explain them all. And none of them are mine, and yet they are all mine.
Joy, can we put her insides on the outside, please?
If we don't help her, we're all dead.
I have a ready to action, Captain. I could dispense some justice right now if you'd like.
Mickey gets on. Warning. The drow ships are starting their approach. It'll be a few minutes before they get here, but there is literally an armada.
Fine, let's go bleed on the other ship. And pee and stuff.
It's on this ship, isn't it?
No, we need to go.
We have to go to the other ship.
On the other ship.
Bring personal items, things you've brushed your teeth with, combed your hair, sweated on, anything like that. Any memorabilia that you can part with, you have an extra one of.
So not seriously, but Joy could technically leave Pam because Joy has sweat all over Pam.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Oh my god.
I'm just saying.
You know what?
Can we take a fate point away?
I'm just saying.
I'm thinking
Somebody
about it.
slap
I'm
him.
thinking about it.
Just saying.
It got weird, David. Why you gotta be that way?
This is the family rated campaign.
This is the family.
I don't know. After that episode, I think we lost our family rating.
Oh.
Well, in light of everything else, we only have the one option.
So please do as Lilith says. I know it's not the ideal situation, and some of you have big emotions right now. And I promise you, the captain, I will seek a counselor to join our crew at some point.
Why are you looking at me when you say that?
We do need to talk at some point, Goblina.
So I have a question, Aaron. Would Goblina has a letter from Tybar? Would she put that in there on the other ship?
No.
Has she read the letter yet?
No, she hasn't been able to make herself read it yet. It's in a locket around her neck.
Just wanted to make sure.
Now you have Enzo. He's has one of his guys bring in this gravity gurney that's wheeling in, so you can see, Benny's on it. They start dragging in duplicates of each of you, and they're putting them aboard the other ship.
How did you get our DNA?
Remember I was on your ship for a while with my daughter, and I also have invisibility, and really all I need is a hair with a follicle from a brush. I didn't really need much.
A toenail.
Or a few.
Does that mean you can bring back Nick?
You're talking about the influencer,
Yes.
Nick? Nick's not dead.
What?
Yeah, I don't understand what you're talking about. Originally, he was going to be part of your crew, but the House Iser at the last minute made a change. He wasn't part of your crew.
So who was part of our crew instead of Nick?
They never replaced him.
Nick's still out there, guys. But he's not friends with us because he's not part of our crew.
Nick. Because of the timey-wimey wibbly-wobbly stuff?
He's out there doing video reacts now.
He's talking with chat, and he's getting free subs.
It's not that I need the views chat, but I need the views chat.
Oh, no.
His toenail collection is intact.
No! Wait, so...
His totally awesome podcast.
What? No!
You just named it.
So we're taking our stuff and our clone bodies onto the ship.
Okay.
But Tyrone will point out, well, won't they know that these are clones?
They're not going to test that far. We're gonna make sure that Benny's body's intact, and they're really gonna want to test that thoroughly. But just little bits and pieces of you that are on the ship, they're gonna just do long range scans.
Because Benny's family would want to make sure that Benny, but the drow could care less to make sure that it was really us.
Yeah, I have a DM question then.
Yes.
Because technically they don't know anything about Tyrone.
Yeah.
So are they willing in a clone version of Tybar right now?
Yes.
No.
Why would you do
Ash
that?
walks out.
That's
Ash,
so
Ash
rude.
can't. She walks out. to
That's
somewhere.
so
She doesn't
rude,
care.
guys.
She's out. Sorry.
They're bringing in all these bodies, and they're putting them in various places, like at the gunnery control and different things like that. So it would make sense to where they are, and they're setting the scene. Your dad's been informed that yet another jump with the drift drive, and you get kind of a dad lecture, which I don't necessarily have to get into. That's going to be like, I mean, maybe if I fully understood this, I could give us some sort of a temporal shielding or something that would prevent some of the effects. I'm not there yet. You don't understand. I'm not used to this. I'm outside my reach.
I don't know, Dad. I don't trust her any more than you do. And quite frankly, I don't want to jump drift her. I want to put her insides on the outside. But Joy says we can't do that because they'll kill us. And I'm not really ready to die right now, except for I'm really not in a good place right now. And maybe it would be fine if I died. And then she's just going to storm off. She's just done. All the things.
So I actually would like to roll a diplomacy check, and I got a 23 with Enzo.
Mm-hmm.
Vidrion walks up to Enzo, and he's holding his Bernary stone, the item that every Bernary carries with them. Enzo, you lied. There's always a choice. But you made one of the hardest possible decisions. So thank you. And I go onto the other ship, and I just set my Bernary stone next to the clone of Vidrion.
Good Lord, didn't anybody here subscribe? Thank you.